Hey guys, how's it going tonight? Tonight we're doing another episode of Diverse the Verse, the 1.5-hour podcast that transcends all boundaries of the verse and tries to diversify your Star Citizen experience. I'm Witchkittie, and I'm your host for the evening. And with us, we also have the lovely MzHartz, Sofiegrl, Fallaste, and special guests RooSmash and Miss Gambelina. Hey guys, how's it going? All right, so our main topic for tonight is actually CitizenCon, which a great many of you got to go to. Not me though, sadly. And just this awesome community that we're part of. So just basic housekeeping questions, though. Let's go around to everyone, introduce yourselves, and tell me a little bit about you. And we'll start with MzHartz.
Hello, I'm MzHartz. I am a Star Citizen streamer, in addition to doing creative streams and Nintendo streams. I'm also a cast member on SC Lorecast. I think that's everything I need to say.
Yeah.
And I love spaceships and shooting spaceships.
Very nice.
Okay, Fallaste.
Hi, I'm Fall. I'm a variety streamer on Twitch TV. I play some Star Citizen. I also play a lot of Overwatch and World of Warcraft. That's about it.
It's special guest RooSmash. Tell us about you.
Hi, I just recently started doing Star Citizen about 3 months ago and started streaming about 2.5 months ago. And just basically what I've been up to.
And Miss Gambelina.
Hello, everybody. Well, my name is Miss Gambelina, and I'm streaming for the last weeks a virtual Monday, so virtual reality with the one and only Sergeant Gamble. And I'm supporting Star Citizen community, and I'm glad to be here tonight. And that's it, I think.
Yeah.
Glad to have you.
Thank you.
And I'm Sofiegrl. I'm a Star Citizen Twitch streamer. I think that's all I really have to say about that.
And yeah, you guys know me. I'm Witchkittie. I am a variety streamer. I fairly recently-ish started streaming Star Citizen. And yeah, we've hung out before. You guys know who I am. Okay, so first question for hopefully everyone is, how did you get into Star Citizen? And whoever is interested, just start off.
Well, why don't we start with Roo? Because we've never heard of this before.
Yeah, there we go.
Me? Okay. So actually, Grimlock929, he talked to me about this game for about 2 years. We're coworkers and also neighbors. And he was like, every update, he was like, "Oh, Roo, you gotta come over, you gotta come look at this game." I'm like, okay, I'd come over and look at it. Like, yeah, that's cool, And then I finally got a computer that was custom built that I could actually start getting into some better games other than stuff off my laptop. And he's like, "You have to get this game." I'm like, all right. So he helped me get it. He helped me get into it. He taught me how to fly. And that, like I said, that was about 3 months ago. So yeah.
Nice.
That sounds really similar to how I got into Star Citizen.
It is pretty similar.
Yeah. My best friend was Red, and he would not shut up about it until I finally pledged. And then he still doesn't shut up about it.
No.
Yeah. Still doesn't shut up about it. That's exactly how Grimlock is too.
What about you, Miss Gambelina?
Well, we have some difficulties. Okay, I'm back. Star Citizen, I'm not playing it, but Sergeant Gamble, of course, he do. And I'm supporting him, so that's why I got involved to Star Citizen and a lot of other streamers, like you lovely ladies, all of you. And so that's why I met with this game, and it's awesome, I think. So maybe I start soon.
Yes.
Soon. Yes.
Please.
Yes.
Soon, TM.
Soon.
Excellent.
Yeah. I have to figure out how to do it, and I have to learn from Gamble. So,
I'm sorry.
Yeah. We can come
Oh,
help you.
yes.
We can set up like a session and we'll show you what to do.
yes, it will
There
be
you go.
great. It
Yeah.
will be great. We can do so. Yeah.
Well, there's so much to it, so it takes time. No rush. We all
Yeah.
got your
Yeah,
back.
it takes
so
a
if
lot
you've
of
got
time and
questions,
practice.
but
Yeah, the
Yes.
learning curve is steep.
yeah, there's a lot to it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh.
Anyone else?
Anyone else? Next, please.
Well, I used to stream an MMO called Arcade with WTFosaurus, and he's the one that actually got me into Star Citizen, and then that's how I met the lovely Torque17 and Captain Richard and all of you lovely folks was through Twitch, and that's what really got me into the game. He told me about the game, but I actually got to play the game with you guys, and I had a blast, and never looked back ever since.
Awesome.
That's kind of not that, but once I sat down and actually played Star Citizen, and I knew I was so hesitant to actually sit down in front of the HOTAS because I knew once I did I'd just be toast. And from the point of sitting down at a HOTAS, that I was addicted. I mean, really, it's a problem. So an intervention might be in order.
I understand.
It's so consuming. I mean,
Agreed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So beware, Gambelina.
It's addictive. It's really
I am.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, for me, I was actually really skeptical about Star Citizen for a really long time. But, you know, I actually got convinced to sit down and play the game, and I'm like, oh, wow, like, I actually kind of like this. You know, maybe I'll get, like, a nicer ship, and,
Oh, boy.
yeah. Like I had started getting convinced to just by watching other streamers. I actually watched Sergeant Gamble a lot, and just seeing how awesome the community is and that sort of thing. And yeah, it's just kind of history.
Awesome.
Just so addictive, you know?
When I first found out about Star Citizen, I knew someone who was playing Star Citizen, and I watched the RTV, ATV, and the weekly shows that CIG puts out. And in addition to that, I would come, like viewers that you're doing, I'd come into Twitch. And it was my actually first introduction to Twitch, because I was like, well, I didn't even know what Twitch was. And I was like, why do people watch other people play video games? This is weird. But I understand why now. So I came in around the time I saw WTFosaurus and Bad News Baron, Captain Richard. So those three guys I watched quite a bit. And I learned a ton. So then when I actually sat down to play, I had an idea, but you don't know the controls until you sit down and
So
have
different.
to find.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have to
Yeah,
find
I
your joysticks or. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I watched Bear on Twitch for months before I finally got a computer that could run it. And
Yep.
Bear, you know, goes through the basics and teaches you how to fly. But still, you know, until I got in front of the computer and
Yeah.
actually could run it, I was not ready.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and like having not played the game for like, I think I was away for like 4 months.
Yeah.
Just relearning everything was so hard. Like I watched Bear stream like every day he streamed, and I'm like, okay, I'm learning so much. Like I get it. No. No. I think I finally grasp it again, and I've been back for like a month, 2 months. It takes a long time. There is a steep learning curve, even if you knew how to play it before. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I knew how to somewhat fly my ship pretty well until the controller changes, and now I'm totally lost. Totally lost. I need one of you ladies to teach me how to fly again.
A tip for that, one thing that helped me tons when they changed all the controller setups, that's when I switched to the Rocat. So I didn't have to remember the key bindings. I have a button on my iPad now.
Oh, that's a
But
good
then
idea.
people ask what the key binding is for something, I don't know it.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
you're like, no idea.
Okay, so kind of going off the whole Twitch thing, So who is your favorite Star Citizen streamer or other member of the community?
Oh, you're asking us to pick favorites?
Yeah, well, no, it doesn't have to be favorite. Just like the first one that comes to mind. Like,
I think my answer's obvious.
Yeah. Mine is too.
Yeah.
I think mine too.
Yeah.
Just explain why. Let's hear reasoning.
Explain why. I think he's the best.
Because no, he's gonna come in the room.
I watched his streams after. So let me explain. He works at night, and I work also during the day. So when if I come back to work, he's gone for work, and I walk the dog. I make some dinner, and I start up the stream from Gamble and watched it from last day. And I loved a lot about the things he does in stream. So it's very nice to look back. But also, I have to mention also a lot of other streamers that I do like. And Witchkittie, I saw you a couple of times. I was in your chat. But also I saw Twerk. I love Meyer. He is a funny streamer. Yeah, definitely. So, but there are a lot of streamers that are so good what they're doing, and yeah, definitely. I think So I can name a couple of names, but I think everyone in their own way do their best and have great streams. So yeah, but
Perfect
of course my
answer.
number one. Yeah, yeah. So
I can piggyback right off of you, Gambelina. I completely agree with that. There's enough streamers that are playing and sharing their perspective of Star Citizen that it'd be hard for me to narrow down to a name or two names. I respect anybody who's playing the game in its alpha state and sharing it over the internet, because there's a lot of things that come up that are a little quirky about it and can be frustrating. But to make it fun for viewers, anyone who's able to do that, I think is A-okay in my book. So I'm a big fan of, and I've met a lot of the streamers now, and I'm pleased and proud to be part of a community that has streamers that are like themselves. Like Gamble. Like he's just like in person as he is on stream. Meyer Test, same thing. So to feel that genuine character from folks, I think is pretty awesome. And I like just about everybody. I think I like everybody. I think so.
That's valid too.
So I like the test gaming streamers, but I really also like the redacted streamers and the bad news gaming streamers.
Yeah. I'm the same. It's hard for me to pick one.
That was kind of the goal of the question.
Do we have to pick one? Can we just go with everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Okay. Thought I lost sound for a minute.
I think we're good.
Okay. At least,
Oh, there we go.
No, I can hear you now. Sorry.
Okay. So one streamer that I remember watching when I first was getting into Twitch was Red Lair. And thanks to Grimlock, he's the one who was like, oh, you should check out Red Lair. And yeah, I was muted. Okay, anyways, but Red Lair he's always been one of my favorite streamers that I've always watched. Grimlock, I have to say, just because he dragged me into this. And then another one I remember watching a lot was Mir, or not Mir, Meyer.
Yes!
Oh, God. He gave me so much crap for that. Oh, God.
Yes! Yeah.
Yeah, I think streamers I really like to watch. I don't have a lot of time nowadays, but obviously enjoy watching Captain Richard. I love watching Sergeant Gamble. Twerk17 when I can catch him in the mornings. That one's really hard for me, but God, I love Twerk's stream. I like all of you guys. Every time I see you online, I love coming in and saying hi. But yeah, really, it's all Star Citizen streamers. I really like all of them.
Yeah, and like I said before, Sergeant Gamble was probably the first Star Citizen streamer that I started watching and kind of got me into the game in the first place. Bear Red, obviously, I am in his stream every day, except, now because I work and, and then there are just like so many awesome streamers out there, like all of the test gaming streamers for sure, redacted streamers, Bad News Gaming, like there's like little quirks that everyone has that makes them so fun to watch. Like just
That's true.
Yeah, like Bear's informative, like Gamble dances and does that rap thing, and it's just like, what the fuck is going on?
Everybody is so unique in all of their stuff.
Yeah, and like Tokyo has like his hats and stuff. It's just like it's interesting. Like everyone's really cool and just so inclusive, and it's awesome. Yeah.
Agreed.
All right. So then we're kind of going over, and this is completely irrelevant, so I'm going to skip that. So which ladies here went to CitizenCon? There's going to be a lot of questions about this.
Yeah, I'm still on after over a week.
Oh, wow.
I feel like it's permanently branded, and you know what? I would be okay with this.
Yeah. I haven't put mine on yet. Like, I'm scared to now.
Do
it.
Now I want more because I'm going to be sad when this goes away.
Yeah.
I kind of want to get like
It's a little bit of a rite of passage.
On, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get, like the logo and then some ships flying. I'm okay with it.
Like, I feel like I need to go find like a good place for this. Maybe I can match it with my other tattoo. I don't know yet.
Do it.
Integrate it.
Yeah.
Okay. So how long did each of you guys stay there? Did anyone go to TwitchCon beforehand?
Yeah.
That kind of stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, I was out in California and then Vegas and then California for about 11 days.
Right.
Between TwitchCon and CitizenCon. And it was an intense experience.
Yeah, that would be a long time.
So much burnout.
It was worth it meeting everybody, especially at CitizenCon. Like, I met a lot of cool people at TwitchCon, but getting to see everybody in the community at CitizenCon and meeting most of you lovely ladies and, just getting to hang out and enjoy the camaraderie, I think was the best part. For sure.
I ended up going on Thursday, so the Thursday before CitizenCon. I didn't go to TwitchCon, right? Twitch.
Yeah.
TwitchCon. I totally missed that. So Thursday I got in, and then Friday, Saturday, I was part of the live stream at the CIG LA office with Sergeant Gamble, Captain Flint, and WTFosaurus. So that was pretty awesome to lead up to CitizenCon. And then, of course, CitizenCon hype. Hello.
Awesome.
Hello. So, yeah. That happened, and it was awesome.
What about you? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, so I did the live stream, and then the other thing I was doing as a side note was being part of a volunteer squad that helped get the event set up. So it was so fun to get to CitizenCon at Avalon at 7 a.m. and have people show up that were so excited to get it set up for the backers. So from the very beginning of CitizenCon, that whole weekend, but especially on Sunday until the very last moment at night, people were so excited to be part of CitizenCon and so excited for whatever it was that we were going to be seeing. So Fall, the same thing as you, while the event was cool, what keeps sticking in my mind and I keep going back to is that feeling of camaraderie, that feeling of togetherness, and how overwhelming and wonderful that was to be around other people who love the game. It's not just so that they love the game. There's some essence to everybody that you can just geek out with the game, and then it goes into something else.
I said this when I got to meet a bunch of people at PAX South, and it was even more so at CitizenCon, was that although we're all meeting for the first time, it doesn't feel like this is the first time I've met anyone. It feels like it's this huge group of friends or even family that have just always been there, and we're just seeing each other in person.
Like a family reunion. It was totally
it really does feel like a family reunion.
Yeah. I felt the same way.
It was your first con, wasn't it, RooSmash?
I went to PAX West.
That's right.
earlier, but
Somebody's first con. I don't
It was
remember.
mine.
Oh, okay.
Sophie's, yeah.
Okay.
That was my first gaming anything. I'd never been to nothing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really great.
Just like that. Nothing.
Just throw you in. Okay. So what did you guys do specifically while you were at the con? Like, did you go to anything extra, like any of the barbecues or bar citizens, that kind of stuff?
Oh, yeah. MzHartz, RooSmash, and I were all at the test barbecue. There was a ginormous test barbecue. I couldn't even believe my eyes when I walked in and saw so many people. Yeah, I literally like caught the very tail end of it, but it was crazy how many people were there. And then going from that, and then going from that to the Bar Citizen event that night was amazing. Like, it was so packed that I would walk in and then just like walk back outside for a couple minutes just to get cool air because there were so many people in there. It was super hot.
Yeah. And the Bar Citizen that happened Friday night, I made it to that, and they got this room that was like in this bar. Oh my God. You were like packed like sardines in there. They needed like twice the size of bar. I mean, we were like flooded outside. We were like overflowing into the other bar. Like, it was really cool. The turnout on all the Bar Citizens were awesome. It was really cool.
Yeah.
It was kind of fun, RooSmash, because I don't know if you felt like this, but I would turn around and there'd be somebody else because everybody was just getting in town and stuff. So you're just meeting people for the first time. And I'd turn around and I'd be like, oh my God, it's Wormdrake. Oh my God, it's Toy Robin. Oh my God.
It's like you didn't have to move. You just kept turning and then you kept running into more people.
I kind of like that. Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's awesome.
It was awesome. I was rooming with Commander Jay Shepard, and he's so tall. Like, he'd always just like reach out into the crowd and just grab me and be like, we're going this way. I'm like, okay. It was exactly like that. I was like, oh my God.
I remember meeting him and going, is he the bouncer of this bar? Because he's like, hey, let me ask you a question. And I was just like,
no.
Okay.
Yeah, he was pretty awesome, but he was keeping track of me over the crowd. I was like, thanks.
That's awesome.
He was the nicest guy ever. So nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so onto the presentation. What was the most surprising thing you saw at the presentation?
Ooh.
Graphics were awesome.
I think it has to be the sandworm, going from the environmental effects and seeing that sandstorm coming in and then looking down at this giant, it was like Beetlejuice status. Yeah. And I was like, oh God, that's amazing.
That was so exciting. And like the backstab, I think that was like so exciting.
I was sitting there. And you know how he's like sneaking up behind that NPC to like stab it in the throat? I'm sitting here like, yes. And then as it happened, I like roared with victory. I was like, oh, this is amazing. I can't wait.
Shoot him. I really was not expecting him to.
I expected like a neck break or something very similar to like Assassin's Creed, not a straight like stab into the jugular. Like, it was kind of, it was and amazing.
So good.
I liked the crew of dragonflies, when you saw the gang of dragonflies coming in. I also really liked the sniper shots where they got that sniper shot and the guy goes sliding down. I thought that was pretty well executed. No pun intended.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. I also really liked the flying scene, so you get to see a bunch of trees and different terrain, and we saw snow. That was pretty cool to see. I also liked the character that they showed initially, so we've got something different than a white boy.
Mr. DJ Knight.
Yeah. We saw DJ.
Like when he was like sitting in that seat, I was like, that's DJ Knight. That is DJ Knight right there.
And everybody in the crowd's like chanting it super loud.
Gambelina, I have to ask, did you watch from home? Did you watch the presentation, and were you texting with Gamble the entire time?
No, I watched the presentation here at home, and not at the same time. It was actually live, but I watched no, I think 75% of it, but it was all new. And yeah, I think, okay, oh, wow, okay. It was cool, but yeah, it was nice. But yeah, it's new. So I said, I'm not a regular Star Citizen streamer, so it is all new. And the terms and the things that come by, it's actually new. And when Chris Roberts will start to talk, I think what is the guy talking about? I don't know. But okay, I like the visuals and the environment of the gameplay, and yeah, so that was pretty cool. Yeah.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
I think another amazing part was when he took the sniper rifle, and then I don't remember if he had zoomed in on the scope or if he was just looking up at the sky and you could see where he had come from, and there was the station and that other planet, and like how there was like no loading screens, there were no visual limits, you just saw all the way up there. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And like the sunset too.
Yeah.
You're flying
that was really
over.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like the look of the Sandmen, the Sand Nomads.
Yeah.
Those things
Mhm.
looked
They were
awesome.
really cool.
And it kind of reminded me of the Star Wars character. I'm spacing on her name. Rey.
Yeah.
With the glasses and everything and all the cloth. I was like, oh, that looks like Rey. But that was cool. I also really liked that whole the weather storm that was coming in. The thing was just like massive, and then it was telling your ship like you couldn't fly over there, and that's pretty cool. Just seeing all the weather in there.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother aspect of the game in there that probably we weren't even thinking about.
Yeah. Or the crazy
Definitely.
different environmental changes from planet to planet.
Yeah.
Like when they made that jump onto that acid planet. I don't know if it was really acid or just like gaseous planet,
Yeah.
but it was mind blowing.
So much cool stuff. Just gonna keep going. Okay.
Well, and also another part of the presentation I really liked. That's not part of the demo, but was when they were showing about how they customize the procedurally generated planets.
Oh yeah.
The entire time they were doing it, I kept whispering to everyone around me, I want to do that. I want
Right?
to actually go in
Let me make my
and
own
do that.
planet.
Yeah, like that would be a great job.
Yeah. Good job, just for fun, you know.
Yeah.
Fly around, make my own planet.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll work on mods for the game. You know, I won't
Yeah.
actually play it.
Yeah.
You know. Okay, so like, you know, the PowerPoint presentation where they're kind of listing off the different patches and what's going on with that. Do you think their roadmap is too ambitious? Like, can they actually reach all these goals? Like, what's your kind of thought on that?
I think they're going to reach them. The one thing that they don't have in there is dates for obvious reason.
Exactly.
And I think that's a safe call. And I think it's understandable.
Yeah.
But I think that we'll probably not see 3.0 at the end of the year, but I think we'll definitely see 2.6. And I think 3.0 will be like coming out spring next year, in my opinion.
I obviously don't go with any wins or like exact dates for everything because they're really hell-bent, and this is a good thing. They're hell-bent on wanting to have it be perfect before it's released to us, and I'm totally okay with that. And I honestly think that their developer roadmap is perfect exactly the way RooSmash said, because there's no dates.
Yeah.
So they don't have to say, hey, this is coming out by this time. They're just letting us know what's coming out. And a lot of those things were very exciting, like the farming, because that's something huge for me.
Yeah,
I
it was
really
really
want to
good.
do the farming. And
Glad
while
you
it
brought
doesn't
that
have,
up.
thank you. And while it doesn't have the endeavor per se on that roadmap, it still has the ability to farm. So I'm very excited to see what they do without the endeavor being there, farming wise.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I know a lot of friends that have like mining and refinery ships, and I don't own any, but I definitely want to be there helping them. So 3.1 was like a huge like, yes, that's gonna be awesome. Getting that teamwork in there
Yeah.
and jumping on their ships to help them, like just to learn that kind of stuff is gonna be really fun.
I think
agree.
just getting into like not doing middle of space dogfighting and just getting into new mechanics is going to be so good.
Thank you. Yeah. As much as I love the dogfighting and I'm still trying to learn it, I'm just like, I need something else where I know that I can be good at.
Yeah.
That's all.
Definitely. Okay, so did you guys have any feelings about the lack of Squadron 42 stuff at CitizenCon? Like, I know they addressed this in ATV. I'm curious what you guys think.
In a way, I'm glad it wasn't there.
Yeah. I was a little disappointed at first, but it's like, I understand, coming from another gaming company, I completely understand Chris Roberts's passions and ideas of wanting to have a very well-polished demo before releasing a demo. Like, if you looked at the demo that we saw with the procedural planet, like that was really good. And to have that for Squadron 42, I'd rather it be really good and late than something that's broken and rushed out. There's just too many games that are like that nowadays.
Yeah.
Which is why it's so awesome that they aren't working with the publisher. They are the publisher. They can make that call and they can say, this isn't good enough for our viewers. This isn't good enough for our fans. And they can pull it, which is actually a pretty risky, kind of courageous thing to even do.
They took a hit for the sake of being perfectionists, so it's not really a lose.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's short term, like the negativity. I think it's kind of already passed over, especially since the ATV episode. But yeah, I was kind of thinking about this, but like I met Brian Chambers and like Disco Lando Friday night, and they had already made that call about pulling Squadron 42, and there they are hanging out with all these fans that are just so excited to be at CitizenCon, and there had to be something like deep down inside where they're almost just like, we're gonna disappoint these people, or there's like that feeling inside, you know, and like kudos to them, like they just like were awesome, even just hanging out with them and talking to them and staying positive, even though they knew down inside that was happening.
Yeah.
I think they made the right call to put out that ATV video that they did, because there were a lot of people who were anticipating certain elements, and when that didn't happen, there was kind of a sense of, and well, I agree with you, RooSmash, in that, you know, as much as we were looking forward to seeing some different content, some new content, I mean, we did see new stuff, but some of us were like, oh, Squadron 42. You know, and I think as much as we were feeling that, I can tell you I was at the LA office for Friday and Saturday, and there was something palpable in the air that was going on. I didn't know what was going on, but you could tell everybody, they weren't sleeping. You could tell they were working really hard for something, and they were very focused. And so to later find out, for me, it's kind of cool to be able to piece those dots together. Yeah, I was a little bit let down, and so were others. But think about how much time and effort, like you were saying, RooSmash, that they put into getting a presentation together for us, and how many hours upon hours of work that didn't end up getting shown. So
exactly.
I was very pleased to see that they answered the backers' call by giving us that ATV this week and giving us an explanation, and also opening up and sharing a little bit into what their process was. I think that's pretty unique, and I also think it's righteous.
Totally.
Well, and I think the people who are most disappointed in Squadron 242 not being there are people who weren't actually there. Because the energy in the room was so high, and everyone was so
the hype was real.
That I felt like afterwards everyone was still riding that high, and so, you know, Squadron 42 wasn't there. Okay, everything else we saw was super cool.
Yeah.
And thinking about it afterwards, and what some other people brought up afterwards when we were chatting, was if we had seen Squadron 42, we would have got spoilers. So in a way, I am kind of happy that they didn't show it.
Yeah. Cool. So did you guys want to move into questions from chat now?
We've got a good amount of questions.
Sure.
Yeah? Okay.
Before we start, though, I wanted to bring up one more thing from CitizenCon that wasn't part of the presentation, but was actually in the Polaris brochure that we got, because I read through it while we were sitting there, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but the Polaris is actually named after a female captain named Hester Polaris.
Ooh.
Yeah, it should be right in the middle. Where is mine? It's somewhere over here.
I know these things are so cool. I keep geeking out about it and picking it up and
Right.
looking through it.
I'm just like, I don't want to touch it because it's autographed by so many people that I don't want to like ruin it. But yeah, it's really cool to note that Hester Polaris was a female
I
officer
don't know if you can see it.
that
I
the
got it,
ship
Miss
is
Hartz.
dedicated to.
I think I remember seeing
That's
something about
so
that.
cool.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. So there's a
Okay, I
bit about
see it.
her.
hmm There's a little quip about her and what she did for the UEE.
That's so
It's toward-
cool.
I
The
missed
middle?
that. That's awesome.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, it's
Good find.
Thank you.
Girl power.
Yes. Okay. Let's just start from the top,
Are we
maybe.
taking questions now? Is it question time?
Yeah, it's question time.
Question time.
Put square brackets, question or ask before your questions, and it will be added to our thing, and we may or may not answer it.
yeah. We're probably not going to get to all of these, but
Yeah.
we'll get to as many as
We'll
we can.
try. We'll try.
Yeah. All right. Well, this one's irrelevant.
Hopefully there's some Gambelina can answer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why don't
the
start
first
with
one
this
is the first one that I'm
Yeah.
gonna ask is okay. So this is from Comrade Headclot. What are your thoughts on VR going mainstream? Just
We are
putting you on the
going
spot.
mainstream. What exactly?
Just like it's getting
Okay.
more popular, so more people are
Oh.
playing it. There's more games for it, that sort of thing.
I hope it will be more popular, and also that there are more games for it, because I looked up some games, some scary games. We actually play scary games, and I couldn't find actually some very scary games. So I hope they will make more games for the VR, and also that people play it more. But yeah, the VR is a bit an expensive thing. So yeah, it's not so far, oh, I will buy it tomorrow and start playing. So, but yeah, I hope it will grow. How do you say? Oh, I'm terrible.
It's great.
No.
You're doing a fine
And-
job. You're doing a fine job.
Yeah.
And yeah, that it have more bekendheid, more bekend.
Variety?
It gets more known. So
Right.
yeah,
Popularity.
that's what I think about it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you like the scary games. You like to be scared. Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
Seems like a VR would be great for scary games. I would
It
love
is really scary, and most of the time I think many times from what am I doing here right now, and I want to leave right now. But then okay, nothing can happen, and I just start playing. But the thing is, you are in the middle of it, and it's so intense. It's so intense, and you don't know what happens, and that's the funny part, I think. I'm a bit of a thrill seeker, so I think. Yeah, I like it a lot. Yeah.
Very cool.
So I found some games. So the Paranormal Activity. I don't know if you watched the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
But sadly, it's not on VR right now. But it will, be in a couple of months, I guess. And then soon. So I'm definitely going to play it. And also Friday the 13th is a game I want to play, but it's also not available. And the Boogeyman, but there are some games that's really scary, and I like it. I want to play
That's awesome.
it definitely. So
Awesome.
that's for the
Awesome.
future. Yeah.
You'll have to play it and then get back to us on it, because I
Yeah.
don't know that I could handle it.
No,
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
excited to play it.
Oh.
it's cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
and-
yeah.
Has anyone else tried VR?
A little bit, yeah.
One time, yeah.
I've done a little bit of VR
And-
over at Grimlock's house.
What did you play?
There was this like a scroll, window scroll, side scroll game I was playing. It was like a little fox. I can't remember the name of it. And then a racing game. And I don't remember the name of this either. He was just like, "Hey, it's on." Like, put it on my head.
Just do it, yeah.
But it was like a racing game that was like in a tube, basically. Like the racetrack was a tube. So like, yeah, like as you were like going forward, you're also like kind of going around this thing to like grab boosts and miss certain things. And yeah, it was fun. Very fun.
I want to play.
It was like, and you felt like you were like falling to the side and everything. Like, it was crazy.
Did you get nauseous playing?
I did. I was playing for about 20, 30 minutes, and I finally was like, I got to stop really quick, take this off, kind of readjust myself, and then I jumped back on. It was pretty cool, though.
Yeah, you need some timeouts in this game, this type of game. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
No. Just no.
I would guess I haven't played VR, but I'm always wary that when I took it off, I would feel like wobbly, like spaghetti legged.
You do feel like that.
Yeah.
Even Grimlock says he has to take some motion pill to help because some people, it really messes with their brain. It really messes with your balance.
Yeah, it could
like
be.
You don't even feel like you're sitting down sometimes. I know Gambelina plays standing up, but when I was playing, I was sitting down, and you don't even feel like you're sitting down.
Wow, you get so immersed in it.
It is, yeah.
Well, that's the goal. Good job, VR.
Woo. Especially when you look down and you're standing, like that's what throws you off too. You're like, oh, okay, I'm standing. Okay.
Who am I? Where am I?
Yes.
Okay.
Fast car, you'll start driving like this.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is not VR related, but I don't want to scroll through all of them. So the next question is from Warwolf13. What were the high and low points of CitizenCon? Did any of you get to attend, and would any of you consider attending future events?
Definitely would attend future events.
Oh, yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah. It was awesome, and definitely.
My highest point was getting to meet all of these people I've only seen in chat or on screen.
Agreed.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And also getting to meet, Chris Roberts and Sandy Gardner and Brian Chambers and Disco Lando and Tyler Witkin and everybody from most people from the dev team, people that flew all the way out from the UK and Foundry 42 and all of those to come out and hang out with us. It was a mind-blowing experience.
A low point, I think, was when I was sleeping and not hanging out with you.
Oh,
yeah.
Low
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Getting back on that plane and going home.
Yeah, that was the low point. There wasn't really a low point. It was just all awesome. The hype was real. Everyone was excited. There were so many people were just so excited just to meet other people too. That exactly that were been in your stream and everything. It was awesome.
That's so cool. There were so many pictures and it looked like everyone was having such an amazing time. So it's good to know that there was actually no downtime and that it was actually genuine awesome.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, there was no downtime. Even if you weren't, there for streaming at the office or whatever, you're still going to events. Like Test had, I don't know how many things you guys had going on, but they actually had an itinerary before that they sent out. And it's there's a barbecue, there's a penthouse party, so there is always something to do with, any number of people at any point. And if you couldn't link up with a big group, you could turn to somebody and say, you want to go grab something to eat? And then about 6 of you would be eating somewhere.
We were running into people on the street. We saw someone else with the Test gaming shirt on, and we were like, oh, we're grabbing breakfast. They're like, okay. So they just joined us. I was like, it was so random, but it was so awesome. They were just roaming everywhere downtown. So you were just came out of your little hotel and ran into people. Yeah, it was pretty great.
I think a high for me, just sticking with this question for a minute, one of the highs for me was looking at the lineup. So the queue to get into CitizenCon and walking that lineup. And it went, Fallaste, I don't know. What do you guys think? Block, 2 blocks? What is that? It went around the building?
It went around the building and then Yeah, it was
Down
it
the
was a
side.
long time. It was a big line.
It's a huge line, and I loved coming out of the building, and you saw streamers, you saw backers you have never seen their faces before. You saw every org represented, right? You got like INN out there that's doing their interviews, and you got BNG, and you got Test Gaming, and you got Redacted. Like everybody was out together, and I thought that was just really cool. Really cool. Mingling together, getting excited and pumped up, and people are getting tatted up, and it was hot. It was really hot outside. So people waited, in the heat for 3-4 hours.
Big ups to you, Sophie, and the crew of CitizenCon for handing out water all day. Like,
that was
Captain
awesome.
Richard got in line at like 9:30, and I joined him shortly afterwards. And then those guys with the ships were like right behind us, and the line slowly started building. And the entire time, it was like every 15 or 30 minutes, you guys were offering bottles of water to everybody to make sure that everybody stayed hydrated and like didn't pass out. And that's rare. I've never really seen that for people that wait in line for something for so long.
Yeah, gotta take care of the peeps. Good. I'm happy to hear that.
Wouldn't find that in any other community, just saying.
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Yeah. Definitely not in the League of Legends community.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. So this is from Havoc Test. What's everyone's favorite ship?
Gengar Warden.
It's a good one. That's a good one.
Current ship? I'm currently flying the Gladius mostly. But I still have a place in my heart for the M50. But my favorite
Last time you were talking about the M50, so you changed over to the Gladius.
Well, I've changed my mind because of the newest patch. The M50 is just not as good right now. It's got a buck to it, and ESP being off, it affects the M50. But my favorite upcoming concept shift is the Blade.
Excellent. I'm a big fan of the Saber. Huge fan of the Saber. I think I'm going to really love the Caterpillar.
Kitty!
Kitty! Aww. That's a really good picture. That'd be a perfect picture.
Derailed.
Sorry. She was just looking so cute in her little bed over here.
Agreed.
If anyone says the Reliant Core, I might be angry. It's the worst ship ever. Just because you said that, my favorite's the Reliant Core.
Have you flown it?
Except I really like the Cartual. I think that would be my favorite.
Cartual is.
That's
I love
my
the
favorite
Cartual.
too.
I like how
It's so pretty. Okay. We're sorry, Gambelina. The next question's for you.
No, it's no problem. I learn. This is also a learning thing for me.
Exactly. Okay, so this one's also from Comrade Headclot. What are your thoughts about the new Steam VR controllers shown off at Steam Dev Days? If you even saw those. I haven't seen those.
What?
Bad question.
Bad question. Skip?
Okay, we're skipping that. Sorry, guys. So this is from Wormdrake. Gambelina, did Sergeant Gamble give you a private showing of his Mountie uniform?
We were talking about that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Best question ever. But no. No, I have it here downstairs, but he has to wear it. He haven't took it on, or you haven't wear it for me, but he have to.
Yes. So from another question, Aries also asked, what did you think of the Mountie outfit?
Great. I saw it when you were live in the studios, and it was great. Yeah, actually great. Yeah.
So now you too can say you have sat next to a Mountie.
Yeah.
Gambelina likes women in uniform.
Oh God.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. This is kind of back to the ship thing. This is from Travin72. Is there a certain ship that each of you is really waiting on? I know MzHartz kind of already answered that.
Caterpillar.
My Endeavor. Someday.
No.
Also the Cutlass blue and red variants, and the rework in general with the black. I'm kind of excited for all of those.
And the rework of the 300s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm excited for the Buccaneer.
That would be really cool.
Yeah. Yes. And there's not even any specific timeline on that, at least from the presentation.
No, there was no timeline for the Endeavor as well.
Yeah. Tier, right? Okay. Let's see. This is from Westbrook Drew, sorry. Do you think you'll be able to group in larger ships or flying solo in a group of fighters? So do you want to do multi-crew sort of stuff, or do you want to work in formation with people in your own separate kind of ships? I
I
think
think it would depend on what the goal was or what the plan was. I think if, we're all going to go out and take on a bunch of people, I definitely would probably want my own ship. Or if we were getting into a big ship, I would definitely take, a turret and do something like that. But I guess it just kind of depends on what the
It also depends on the crew.
mission is. Yeah, that too.
Well, I don't normally tend to multi-crew. There are certain people that I'd multi-crew with.
It
I
depends
would
on
love to
communication.
with certain people, yeah.
Okay. So from One Winged Angel MS, when do you think, a when question. Okay, we're going to skip that part of it. No, this is all wins. I'm sorry. I'm skipping this.
We don't answer when questions.
Yeah.
Just like
No
every
wins.
other Star Citizen
Can I pick out a
podcast.
question?
Yes, definitely.
Anne Frapp asks, as a group of female gamers, what does Star Citizen offer you that traditional typical communities don't? Is there anything CIG could do more to help improve or promote that?
Female models.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
but I honestly feel that this is one of the most welcoming and positive communities for females, where we've talked about this, I think, several podcasts
I think every single
now.
time.
Yeah, we're asked this question, and it's definitely the most positive compared to a lot of other gaming communities.
Yeah. Definitely. And we need more customization and female models.
It'll come soon.
Driven anything. Yeah.
What
Color
we
schemes.
hear every DTV is someone saying that they either another girl, woman, or someone who knows someone who would play if they got to play a female character.
Yeah, exactly. It's a huge barrier right now, I think.
Yeah, I know several women that won't play until the female models are out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nope, not that one. From Geist, and I think I already know the answer to this. Have any of you bought a Polaris?
No,
Nope.
I have not.
I don't have that
It
kind
would
of
be
money.
cool to have one, but yeah.
Yeah. I have friends that bought them, so does that count?
Yeah, exactly.
by
I know
proxy,
people.
You can go on it.
I know some people.
I'll just go on someone else's Polaris.
Yeah.
When it comes out.
Can I add a part 2 to that question?
Sure.
Sure.
Do you plan to earn one in game?
Oh,
there you
yes. Yes.
Yes.
Maybe.
go. Maybe.
Depends on what I
Maybe.
Yeah. I'm sure there'll be someone else who has it who I can tag along with. Oh, kitty.
Right. She just crawled into my lap.
Sorry.
That's really random. Sorry.
From that Korean gamer, even though they didn't show any actual Squadron 42 at CitizenCon, do you think maybe it was a little bit too much to show what little they did of flying with Mark Hamill and quantum jumping to the Idris? Now that I am not 100%
I don't understand that
asking.
question.
I don't.
Are you asking, like, are we disappointed that we only got like a little sneak peek teaser shot of the Idris? Because I mean, I think that was intended. The whole floor was just like, oh no, why? But that was intended.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this one's a good. Okay, from Sir Mighty Smurf. Should the female avatar model, whatever, have androgynous / unisex outfits, or should they try for cute, sexy outfits?
Why not both?
Yeah, I was gonna say yes.
All of the
Why
above.
can't we have like androgynous armor? But like, there are clubs out there where I want to dress like a chick and go have fun, you know?
Yeah. But armor shouldn't be like that. That's just where I put down the line. Like, I do not want sexy armor.
Yeah, this isn't
No.
a fantasy game.
If it's gonna protect my ass.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
gonna be
It's like
covered.
form-fitting, sure.
Yeah.
Spiky.
This isn't a fantasy
It's gonna
game.
look scary.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, part 2 of the question: are those cute outfits objectifying if you're selecting it for yourself?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, like I said, if it's casual wear, if I want to objectify my character in a club, sure. But not out in space combat. It's going to be, you know, the
There's
one
a time
suit.
and a place
The
for
same
it.
thing that the men are wearing, okay? That's what I want when I'm in combat.
Having the option is more important.
Yeah.
I also
you,
want to
Sophie?
add that I think the male characters should have the exact same option to wear those too.
Yeah, if they want to wear skimpy dress, let them.
Yeah, definitely. There should
I
be
agree.
cross-dressing.
Full on like super or long like V-necks, you know?
Yeah, like if you want to put that on your character, you put it on your damn character. Like,
Yeah.
it's open world.
What about
Are you talking
you,
about
Lily?
this one kilts?
Kilts?
Kilts.
Anyone? Kilts? Anyone?
Kilt.
Anyone? That's me.
Hashtag no fan.
You got to go the whole traditional route with no underwear, too.
Yes.
Oh God.
What about you, Gambelina? Because this is something you don't need to have played the game to be able to have input for.
I see mankini. Maybe it's a good one. That's a bit too skinny. No. I don't know, actually. What is nice? Don't know.
That's fair.
Yeah. No.
I like the idea of being able to wear whatever you want to wear.
No.
So, like in real life, you know, if I'm working, I'm wearing business casual, right? If I'm out and I'm going to go dancing, I'm going to dress up and feel good about myself while I'm out dancing and enjoying myself, putting in a different amount of attention onto myself than I do when I go to work. It's just different presentations of yourself. So I think that this game is going to offer that for us, that we can present ourselves in different ways, and that's pretty exciting. So I just would like some space dresses and some space heels. That's all.
Yep, that's all. Yeah, that's all we need.
I really hope that there's no possibility that you can wear heels in like your spacesuit.
I hope there is.
When you're EVAing, that is just
Lord, I
stupid.
want that.
You don't run around in fucking heels.
I do.
want
You wear
that.
sensible footwear.
I want to
okay?
EVA onto Korea and just go like, whoosh.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Now, if
no.
my heels had
Not
blades at the
realistic.
bottom
It's
of that,
breaking my fucking immersion right now.
Blades?
Yeah, where you just like stomp it and a knife comes out.
that's all I'm saying.
Heck yeah.
Yes, the
Stilettos.
boot. Yeah.
The melee goes to a whole new meaning with female characters.
I love that.
Yes.
I mean, look at those like sexy spies and like, or even looking
Yeah.
at Black Widow in like Marvel movies and stuff. Like, I'd be okay with having her kind of outfits in space where it's like a full outfit, but she's still got heels that bitch is running in. Like,
But it's just
I
so
would-
unrealistic. You would fall and break your fucking ankle. It's not real. It breaks my immersion. I'm not okay with it.
I don't know. I don't know.
Witchkittie, just think of all the fidelity.
How about we have the option? You can either have like the flat boot, or if you want.
Yeah,
to.
I want the option.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I'm gonna look at you and I'm gonna judge you for wearing that and probably assume it's a male playing that character.
And then I'm gonna come to you in voice comms and be like, "What's up, Witchkittie?"
Anyone who's
I
playing
fucking
now,
hate you right
anyway,
now.
in fans, you're gonna get injured and you have to heal yourself. So I figure if we're gonna get injured anyway, might as well do it.
Yep.
And some heals.
Now, it would be cool is if you are wearing heels, you got to learn how to walk in them. You got to walk in.
Yeah, okay.
It's
That's
like a skill that you have to level up.
Yeah.
To level up.
You got to level up in
Like
heels.
wobbling
Yes,
the whole
okay.
time and then slowly gets
But there's
better.
no leveling up. It's skill based.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay, let's do another one. The Gambelina can. Oh no, sorry, that one's not. We're just skipping that one.
Probably the one I'm about to delete here. There you go.
Wait, which one? Now I'm curious.
Uh,
Well, I'm deleting them as we go along, too.
Oh, okay.
okay, well, this one is just another Star Citizen related one. This is from Commander Z-Man. Do you guys think that the naysayers would have been quelled a bit had CitizenCon been scheduled further out from Gamescom?
No.
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 And the reason I say no is because Chris Roberts actually mentioned Squadron 42 at CitizenCon. Had he not mentioned it, maybe not. But since he had actually mentioned it, I think it set people's expectations.
Yep. Also, no matter what you do, haters gonna hate.
Well, yeah.
Doesn't matter how far out you plan it, how close you plan it, what you mention, what you've changed, what you've shown. There's always going to be people out there that'll be like, I don't like this. And then you give them what they want, and they're like, well, I still don't like this. So,
You're not
Well,
gonna-
I think-
hate.
Like, even if they did show Squadron 42 at the thing, I think there would have been a bunch of negativity as well.
Yeah. Yep, it will either have been, oh, Chris Roberts sucks because he didn't show Squadron 42, or oh, Chris Roberts sucks because he showed it and it wasn't like absolutely 100% perfect. So you just
Exactly.
can't please everybody.
Yeah, and I think the longer that they would have waited, if there was something missing and they ended up having to omit it, that would have made it even worse in naysayers' sort of eyes, because it's like you had X amount of time, it was a very long time, and you still didn't deliver.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can't please everyone.
Yeah, exactly. You can't please everyone.
And you shouldn't work your life to try to.
Mm-hmm.
Someone else pick a question. There's too many.
There's too many. Let's hear.
Okay, this one's from the Knight Rider. Long flowing capes in the verse. Yes or no?
Yes.
Oh my god, yes.
Yes.
Capes are a must. Yes.
The cape flourish?
Yes, like. Yeah.
No capes. No capes.
No capes.
capes.
No capes. You don't get that reference. I'm a
I get
very
that.
sad panda. No capes.
Vicu says, pick my question.
Vicu, it's
I
not
didn't
on here, so
see
you'll
that
need to
one,
ask
yeah.
it again.
You'll have to re-ask,
Yes,
bruh.
okay.
Make sure that tag is typed correctly.
Okay.
From
This cat's not
Darkest-
listening.
From Darkest
Yeah.
Mind, was there any particular element of the editor demonstration that made each of you go wow?
All of it.
How easy it
All of
was to change things.
Yeah.
And like when they picked the rocks and we're turning the rocks, and yeah, the editor excited me a lot. I really hope that's something that maybe as players we can play around with too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like on a whim. They're like, oh, I just want to throw a crab in here.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, and how big do I want it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was cool.
It's cool.
Sorry if my green screen's messing up. The sunlight's going down, and now it's turning a totally different color.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Green screen woes.
Yeah.
So here's a more general question from Red Lear. Who is your favorite character in a game, comic, etc.?
Favorites questions.
Oh, man.
Favorites what? Favorites who? What was it?
Favorite character.
In
In
the
a
game?
game or
Just in any game.
In any game. Oh, okay. Ooh, that's a hard one.
This is a hard
I love
one.
the Tomb Raider series, so I don't know. I kind of like. There's a Lara Croft. I like Lara Croft, but not for gaming. I fell in love with Rey from this most recent Star Wars. I'm the
Me
biggest
too.
Rey
Oh
fan
my
ever.
god.
The entire time, I'm just like,
And now I'm actually really excited for Rogue One because
Yeah,
there's
me too.
another strong female character in that
too.
one as well. Oh, so stoked.
yeah.
I really love Fem Shep.
Who?
Femshep
Fem
from
Shep,
fucking
yeah.
Mass Effect.
Mass Effect. Oh,
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
she is so just like,
Best vocal.
I love
like
her.
best voiceover ever.
yes,
You see that?
exactly.
I'm a big fan of Artanis from the StarCraft series. I think he's one of my favorite characters of all time. I'm trying to think of other ones. It's really hard because I play a lot of MMOs where I'm not like a hero
Yeah, I am my
of
own
a
character.
specific character. I am my own character.
And
I like
Fem
Plants
Shep.
vs. Zombies, the little zombie guy with the backpack on and it jets up in the air. I like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, here's one from Fastcart. Miss Gambelina, do you have a question for the cast or the community? I hope this doesn't put you on the spot.
Oh my
Putting you on the spot.
Very nice. Thank you for the question, Beth.
Do I have a question for well, okay. I have to think. Do I have a question?
Maybe you could think about it. So we can ask another question. You have time
Yeah.
to think about it. And then we'll come back.
Yeah,
All right.
I will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let's give her a little time here, ladies.
Yeah.
We promised her we wouldn't put her too on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
All right, from I have no idea how you're supposed to read this. I think it's supposed to be Philip. Phip. What type of career do you want your first character to be in? What do you want them to do? So, profession.
That's hard because not everything's out yet. I want to
Yeah.
dabble in
Yeah.
everything first before
Yeah.
I decide.
Yeah. I mean, right now we can kind of guess what we want to do, but we just don't know yet till we actually have them.
Yeah.
So the way I normally answer this question, because we get it all the time,
Oh, yes, every single time.
is that I don't know. And part of the reason I don't know is when I first decided to pledge to Star Citizen, I thought that I would be more into the non-combat, non-PvP professions.
Mm-hmm.
And then as I play, I have found that I really enjoy dogfighting. And I've gotten kind of good at it. And now I feel like whatever I end up doing in the verse, I want there to be that element of danger and that possibility that I could get into a dogfight.
Nice.
Yeah.
So like headhunting,
Expedition.
possibly.
Maybe.
Hunting?
Or
Bounty
I
hunting?
like the idea of like a combat medic.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I like that.
Or exploring in dangerous areas. Maybe even on the fringes of Vandal space.
Ooh.
Like, exploration always has a dangerous sort of element to it. You might not find anything, but you have to be prepared. You might
Exactly.
run into, like, a pirate swarm or Vandul, the sand dune people. You just don't know. The worm.
Yeah, the
Right?
worm. Unexpected worm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this is completely non-Star Citizen related from Geist. If they start accepting volunteers to colonize Mars, would you do it?
Sure. Do I get internet on Mars?
Yeah, that's a good question. Is there internet? Is there internet? No people. If so, sign me up.
Or do we get to fly spaceships for realsies? Because
For
I'll
realsies.
take that too.
Yeah. Yes.
I already feel like I'm way out there a lot on my own, so I don't need to go to Mars. I feel like I could,
already out there.
Yeah, I'm like way out there, so I feel that I could live vicariously through those who are at Mars and relaying that back to us.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
pick one?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I just feel like with anything like this, the fact that it's the first iteration of sending people over there, I don't want to be a fucking guinea pig for something like that. So, a lot of other people can go before I'm willing to go along.
Well, my brother
but you'd be
injured or just die outright. If I'm out, I'm okay with dying outright. But if I'm injured, not so much.
Yeah, like you could just be abandoned and no internet, like no one.
Fallaste, did you just say there's a portal on Mars? Because this is news to me. Did I hear portal?
No. I said if you die, there's probably going to be a monument in your name on Earth. I mean, you're gonna be known throughout.
They could do it secretively and then just kind of be like, oh, this didn't go well. We're just not going to tell anybody about it.
That's why
that's true too.
Yeah. Okay. Your question that you found.
This question is from 00000. When is Trixie coming on the stream, and what's your opinion of her? Have Trixie's people call out people, and we'll work it out.
Yeah. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe at the same time we can have Gambelina join him.
There you go. And
Stoutman
he's fucking hot.
Yeah.
Who's hot?
Trixie, 17.
Trixie's
totally hot.
Yeah, I'd have her on a stream.
Working those locks, man.
Yeah, whenever she wants to be on.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is kind of related-ish from Stoutman. RooSmash, when is it your turn to put makeup on Grimlock?
Yep.
So, Grim wasn't super a fan of that, but hopefully all of us can kind of band together and request another time for Gambelina to come out. I don't know.
I'd be okay with it.
Okay, this one's from Detox from MzHartz. As a belly dancer / entertainer, would you like to see a similar profession to the entertainers in the Star Wars galaxies in Star Citizen? And would you entertain in space bars as another way to make credits if players could tip you?
So I'm not familiar with the entertainers in Star Wars galaxies. I've actually never played it. I love the idea of there being an entertainer profession in Star Citizen. Whether or not I would actually do it really depends on how fun it is. I mean, in real life, I have a ton of fun being an entertainer. And I mean, of course, streaming. We're all entertainers here.
What about that crazy news van ship?
See, I would like to do something like that in a news van as opposed to being a dancer. Because, I mean, we've got a certain amount of dance moves, and that's pretty much it. And it just doesn't seem very deep.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it would be like a bard class in like another MMO where you're a support character, but like there's not really a mechanic for something like that in this game, so I don't think it would be really useful. It would just be for fun.
I mean, I don't know. I think you could make it lucrative in some way. Like I know people, and I mean, even I would do this with the 890 jump, turning it into a strip club or a dance club and stuff like that, and charging admission and people tipping dancers. Like, it could be a lucrative business. If somebody wants to do it, they could do it. But then, to me, that just equates to people dancing on the mailbox in a video game and getting gold thrown at them. So
yeah,
it's just like 90% of them are dudes in real life. So.
Oh my god.
But then, that's kind of the risk you take if you go in there.
But a person,
so should we?
Who cares as long as their avatar is female?
Circle back to Gambelina about questions that she has for the community or
yeah.
Actually, I have one.
Awesome.
So it's how will the female community evolve in the future?
Okay, for Star Citizen specifically?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good question.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think all of us have kind of encountered the whole thing where, once we get the female model, we should see more females playing. So I think we're going to definitely start seeing more females in the community. And I think it's really up to us to be ambassadors and help them get integrated and make sure they don't feel ostracized by such a heavily male-dominated game. So it's just banding together and making sure everyone's very welcoming and showing people how to play. But that's with any new player.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's also, I think, a part of the Verse.
Yeah.
How we can show that girls also can play games.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and before I have talked to people who their handles are androgynous, for lack of a better word, or masculine handles, and it's actually women playing behind these names because they say their gender shouldn't matter when it comes to playing the game. And I totally agree. It shouldn't matter. So I'm hoping that as Star Citizen grows, that's still a decision that they chose to make so that it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping you can reveal whether or not you're a female player and still be treated like a male player and it actually, for real, not matter.
Yeah, you're just treated like a player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when I first joined Twitch community and the Star Citizen community, a lot of people thought I was an Australian male.
Wow. How is that even possible?
Well, they would just see my name and just assume, 1, I'm from Australia, and 2, that I'm a male.
Oh, really?
But it's totally fine. But, like, I didn't care. It's not like I made a big deal of it. Like, excuse me, no, I'm a girl here. Like, I didn't care. Like, it's not like they would know, you know? So it was fine. Like, I just rolled with it, which is how Dude Smash became to be. So, but no, I would, like, pop into a stream and they'd be like, hey, man, how's it going? I'm like, doing great. How are you doing? So, but no, it's all good and fun. And I think that, you know, as much as it's awesome that females are playing, I don't think that it has to be a huge thing to know that you're a female.
I agree.
There's going to be all kinds of pop-up, all kinds of pop-up groups, orgs that'll come up. There's women out there who are playing together who, just because they don't stream and we haven't heard their name, doesn't mean they're not organized. So there are other female gamers who've been playing Star Citizen. And so I think what we'll see, like probably any other game, is as we get closer and closer to its release, we'll start seeing different groups pop up, different Twitch streamers, different podcasts. We'll just start to see it blossom, which is going to be very exciting. And we're at the head of the, I don't know, we're kind of just at the very head of everything and get the opportunity to watch. And if there's anything that we can pass along or, imbibe in, we're here. That's what we're working on, is establishing a precedence of sort for the gaming community and for the women to know that, like, hey, you're good here. It's all good. Just come on out.
And there is a female org in Star Citizen, Girl Gamers, which is MzHartz and I are part of. I know for sure. I think that's it for us on the cast right now. I'm not 100% sure.
What's the name of that one?
It's just Girl Gamers.
Yeah.
Oh, Girl Gamers. Oh, I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah.
Yep. And they're not really an org so much as just
it's an
a community.
Yeah.
So somewhere to
I'm
support
in that
other
one.
Girl Gamers. Yeah, well, you are, yeah.
I'm sorry. I was like, what?
Like, anyone? Come on. Yeah. Okay. So I guess we'll take one more question. We'll do Viku, Verize.
Did we get Viku's question?
I'm wondering what all of your perspectives are on cultural diversity in SC. So far, everyone in the game and Squadron 42 has been white European males. I am really hoping for all cultures and races of humans and aliens to be incorporated and even invented for this game to make it truly futuristic and immersive. What are your hopes and views on this? And have you heard any direct news from CIG, etc., about this sort of integration?
Well, I'm going to tell you guys right now, we only know what you guys know.
Yeah.
Like any announcement that CIG makes is public to everybody, so we don't get any extra insider info. We're just super fans like you guys are. So asking us those kinds of questions is, I mean, you're not really going to get an answer.
But we have seen just a tiny touch of cultural diversity in the Gamescom or the CitizenCon demo. And we've seen a little bit of it with the heads for the character model that they showed a few weeks ago. Oh, God, a month ago.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So with choosing different heads and stuff, I'm pretty hopeful that we will get some more variations and maybe even some ambiguity with race in the future. Because, I mean, it is a mixing pot, and there will be...
Yeah, if you're in the whole universe scale of things, I mean, would it really even matter at that point? You just have general variations in skin tone or whatever.
Yep.
But yeah, definitely diversity. Like
I think
skin
like they
tone
were also
choices in
saying
that as well.
They were also saying like Levski is gonna have like its own culture, and the fact that like the clothes that you can buy there, it's gonna be its own thing that you can only buy in those areas. So I think you'll get a little bit of that culture part and going able to jump to different planets. And if you're living there and if you're there for a while, you're gonna look like the culture there because that's what you can buy that's available to you.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's really cool. Like if you were to go to a different planet per se and you're wearing clothes from a different area that's kind of associated with outlaws, like maybe the NPCs won't react very well to you and the locals and that sort of thing. And that would be an interesting sort of dynamic. All right, guys. Do we want to wrap up here?
I think it's about time.
I think it's that time, yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us, and thank you, everyone, for watching, and thank you so much for the amazing guests we had. Sofiegrl, Miss Gambelina, RooSmash, Fallaste, and MzHartz. It's been awesome having you guys. Oh, and there's a Gamble I see creeping in the background. Yeah, thank you guys so much. We're going to be back on next month on this channel. We're not sure about the host or the guests, but
watch Twitter for details.
You know soon. Yes, watch Twitter.
I see you back there, Gamble.
And yeah, everyone take care. The contact info for each of our guests is down below, and then you can reach them at their Twitters from their respective pages. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Take care, and we shall see you in the verse.